Hey guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. How you all doing today? I hope y'all are all having an amazing week, okay? I know I am. Child, this little girl ain't the only one on vacation, okay? Oh, before we begin, please don't forget to like this video. Like it now because you already know you're going to forget to like it later. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on our other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. Where we go? Oh, they done changed. They just be changing stuff. Follow me on our other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow, please subscribe. Don't forget you can always go to our website, jovibeauty.com, to get you one of our dope ass scarves, bonnets, sweaters, mugs. We have a lot of nice items. Last but certainly not least, you don't forget you can always do what? Donate to the channel. All the information is going down below, whether you would like to Cash App, Super Chat, Zelle, whatever is clever, it is thoroughly appreciated. Okay, how is everyone doing? Hey, the sweetest girl, and good morning to everybody. Good morning to y'all. Listen, it is saucy out here. Texas is going through a bunch of turmoil. We'll get into that. What else? It's so much stuff. We're going to speak on the Epstein list today. We're going to talk about the flooding that happened in Texas, as well as an alleged ambush of ICE agents. I'm going to say alleged because I don't believe it, child. Alleged ambush of ICE agents. Okay, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And since we talk about Texas, let me get this one off my chest. Why this morning I was on one of the sites and I saw Charleston White commenting on our young sir Carmelo Anthony, not the basketball player, the young man in Texas. And, because people have been harassing his family, and he was one of the first people that was talking a bunch of shit. And now he completely backpedaled and we got to support him. And, he just found out what happened. Brother, we all kind of knew what happened. Okay. But I just found that very interesting. Okay. We know that they're trying to charge this boy. We know people are harassing his family. They have to move all over the place. We know they do not have access to that GoFundMe. Okay. We know that. And they're running for their freaking lives because what they did was attempt to save their lives. So people need to stand 10 toes down. I don't know where the fuck is the Nation of Islam in them. I need people to stand 10 toes down and make sure that boy not only survives but fucking thrives, because these people have lost their damn mind. Okay, I said what I said. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As y'all can see, I'm ready to go work out. I ain't worked out in like 4 days. I've been on vacation. Too. Okay. This little girl, I'm gonna tell y'all about her later. I'm gonna tell y'all about her trip of a lifetime later. Okay, so where do we start? Let's start with the flood. Okay, let's start with so apparently there was a random flood in Texas. Really not so random. They just apparently you remember all them jobs that were cut a couple of months ago when Orangina took office? He cut a lot of jobs from, the state parks, from, NOAA, from a lot of government organizations. And, there even been people who have worked for Doge. A couple of those young men who we initially saw who worked for them, after they finished, they said there was no misappropriation of funds. Now there's all the misappropriation of funds, but we ain't talking about, that new ugly bill. Okay, we ain't talking about that today. But apparently they eliminated like 30% of the positions at NOAA, specifically in Texas. I know they did it all over the country, but specifically in Texas we're talking about. So there are not enough people there to do all of these jobs. Okay, you actually have to be capable to do these jobs. And just because 30% of the workforce was eliminated, even if the other 70% that stayed try to continue to do everybody's job, things are going to fall under the wayside because, again, literally every job counts, right? Every job, especially every job at a place like NOAA, the park services. I'm waiting to hear of some crazy, crazy banana stuff that's happening in the parks. That's what I'm really waiting to hear about, because they got rid of a lot of rangers. They got rid of a lot of things, and people are still going to the parks. And I just feel like before the summer is over, it's going to be some weird shit about the parks too. But nonetheless, so they didn't get any notifications, because the people who are supposed to track these things and be able to notify them apparently are not employed anymore. Okay, so they didn't know. Nobody knew. And then the rain came and flooded out everything. Okay, they thought it was going to be a regular old rainstorm. Again, they need the big people who go to school for this and know what they doing for real, to work those jobs. And since they're fired, no one's there who can do those specific positions. Okay, these positions are very technical. Okay, and they got rid of them for the sakes of shits and giggles. And now we see that there are currently claiming that about 100 people have been unalived because of the rains and whatever. I personally think it's a lot more. Apparently it happened in the middle of the night. There was a camp with camp kids. Those kids apparently aren't here no more. And that's what's happening. Okay, so let me read the article. Okay, so I got this from CNN. CNN always likes to be tiny for whatever reason. Okay, under the here's the latest tab. Okay, the unaliving toll mounts. At least 105 people have passed away during the catastrophic flooding in Central Texas. The majority of those unalived were in Carr County, where 28 kids were included. Now, I'm going to say this Camp Mystic, from what we hear about it, this apparently is, from what I hear, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. It seems to be Christian national summer camp where they send their little girls in training to be the wives of, the Stephen Millers of the world. That's what it seems like to me, because it seemed like a lot of people, senators, et cetera, had their kids there, right? So it seems to be a Christian national summer camp. Okay, so I guess the best of the best of the little young Christian national ladies are no longer here no more. At least 23 people are still missing, with a massive search underway involving hundreds of volunteers and more than 20 state agencies, according to Greg Abbott, who will hold a press conference today. Okay, Carr County emergency officials are expected to hold a briefing later this morning. Now, I'm daring to say that it's a lot more than just the 38 people they think are missing. A lot of people, especially I find like a lot of MAGA people don't really have bonds and connections, right? A lot of them might be not reported missing because no one knows, no one is looking for them. And I think when it's all said and done, there might be a lot more bodies than they're willing to acknowledge, right? The forecast improve. Central Texas is expected to be much drier today after days of rain and ongoing flood risk. A handful of showers and thunderstorms could dot the region in the afternoon, but are unlikely to trigger significant flooding threats. Now, again, they have not hired back the people who really get into how much rain is about to fall. So I don't know why they keep saying this shit. They keep trying to put a Band-Aid and not say what it is. And we all kind of know what it is. But again, okay. It says United Cajun Navy incident commander says Central Texas flooding damage is one of the worst he's seen. Okay. Plus we are not spending any more money on things or acknowledging things like global warming is a real thing. Okay. Things are getting systematically worse. We've watched it. I remember a couple of years ago when the skies in San Francisco were like purple or some shit like that. Y'all remember that? It was gray and purple for days. Okay, like these things, the fires, you know, the extreme weather anomalies, and it's not just happening here. So even when they try to say, oh, you know, a lot of them, they're so dead set. Certain people are so dead set on not acknowledging that we are having a climate issue, a self-imposed climate issue, that they're, you know, instead of just rational thinking, you know, now it's, you know, because there's a weather machine. Cool. But this is happening all over the planet. It's not just here. That would make sense if it was just here. That's why I can't like fuck with certain people. Common sense ain't common. All of these weather anomalies are also happening all over the world. It's not just here in Texas to make the Republicans feel away. You know, you're just normally have flooding. Like they said that their Carr County, they said that they have flooding, but not as bad as this. Everything that you have is going to increase. If you're from a place where there are tornadoes, they're going to increase. Shit, not even what it was 2 weeks ago, there was tornadoes running through Kentucky, and they didn't know they were coming. And they were substantially worse than, again, they have previously been. And they will continue to get worse. But okay, I'm here to tell y'all the news. All right. It says search operations are proven to be very difficult as the Navy dogs and teams search treetops and debris left by the flooding in Central Texas. They're just trees, and they're everywhere. Okay, said the incident coordinator. The magnitude is unbelievable. One of the worst I've ever seen, someone said. The hardest part is working through the emotions. We know that there are children missing and their families missing, trying to work through the emotions. We want to hit every treetop, every rubble pile, and find as many people as we possibly can. We still have hope every morning, and we pray that we're going to find survivors. So the Mexican rescue team joined the Texas flood search, okay? Because again, this ain't got nothing to do with America. This is a world problem. And if it's hitting Texas, guess where it's hitting as well? Okay, so they trying to make sure somebody got some sense, okay? Somebody got some sense. So a team of first responders from Mexico, Canada not coming. Canada not coming. Normally it would be Canada not coming. A team of first responders from Mexico has joined the search efforts in Central Texas, where at least 23 people remain missing after the weekend's flooding. The team traveled from the state of, we don't care where they came from, U.S. Ambassador to Mexico thanked Mexican rescuers for their help and collaboration in the area. The United States and Mexico are united, not only as neighbors, but as family, especially in times of need. I can't. Mexico only came because, again, they need to make sure they need to see how things is going to be, and they trying to make sure that they are prepared, okay? Because Mexico should not be here helping us. I ain't even going to hold you, especially the people in Texas. I ain't even going to hold you. But I guess they got to figure out how they can survive when that weather pattern turns to the left. Yeah, so that's it. That's it on the Texas schools. I mean, on the Texas flooding. Yeah. So on more Texas news, y'all. Why apparently? I'm gonna click on ABC. No. I'm just not gonna click on Fox. Okay. Okay, so it's entitled, This article was released this morning. Yes, the 8th. It says suspects use graffiti, firearms, body armor in 4th of July ambush outside of North Texas ICE facility, officials say. Officials said Monday that a planned ambush led to an officer being in the neck outside an ICE detention facility in Texas in the late night hours of 4th of July. Nancy Larson, the acting U.S. attorney, said the planned ambush was not a peaceful protest, but was designed to draw ICE personnel outside the facility. This was an egregious attack on federal and local law enforcement officers, and is part of an increasing trend of violence against them. Okay. Officers piled when ICE facility ambush on 4th of July. Just before 11 p.m., the police department said it was called to an 1200 block on Sunflower Lane. I like that, Sunflower Lane. Okay. Outside of the ICE Prairie Land detention facility on a report of a suspicious person. When officers arrived, they saw a person who appeared to be carrying a firearm, according to news releases. The police said that when one of the first responding officers tried to engage the person, an unknown number of suspects opened fire. At least one struck an officer in the neck, police said. The injured officer was flown from the scene to Fort Worth Hospital. Why did he have to get flown to Fort Worth Hospital? Was there no hospitals in your vicinity? Why he had to go to Fort Worth? I'm confused. Because let me tell you, here in Brooklyn, if you get powed, there is at least a hospital. There's a med center at least every 2 blocks. There's a hospital at least every 10. Girl, I could get to a hospital if I take off running right now in 10 minutes. You could get to a hospital anywhere in New York City in 10 minutes, even on foot. You know what I mean? That's just weird. I don't understand what that means. And if you get powed, shoot, we got hospitals specifically for those things. You can get to King County in about a good 20 minutes. I don't understand. Why did he have to get flown to Fort Worth? Do they fly any other people who get... Is there any hospital in the vicinity? I don't know. Anyway, or maybe there's no doctors in the current hospital. You know, apparently they got rid of Medicaid and the people started cutting hospitals and nurses and all of that stuff already. So maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. I'm just asking. The 12 suspects could face life in prison. I don't think they care. The 10 suspects have been charged with 3 counts of attempted on a federal officer and 3 counts of discharge a firearm to relation to the crime of violence. Okay, they said their names. They face about 10 years to life in prison. An 8th suspect had been charged with obstruction of justice and conspiracy to allege attempt to conceal and destroy evidence connected to the ambush. Okay. Suspect used graffiti, firearms, and Faraday bags. Larson said the suspect used graffiti to lure ICE correctional officers out of the facility. Why are you out here worrying about graffiti if you are a correctional officer? I'm so confused. The graffiti has such words as traitor, ice pig, and other profanities, said Larson. Well, they didn't lie. Then there was a 911 call from the facility. 2 unarmed correctional officers went outside to speak to the vandals. One of the signaled using a flashlight to the vandals. Oh, there was 2 incidents? That's crazy. Larson said the alleged gunman was powed and who powed the responsive officer was not with the suspected vandals. Okay, so people was vandalizing. They went outside to fucking harassing people who was doing, they was vandalizing. That's a misdemeanor. And ended up getting powed. That's crazy. Another assailant who was across the street, nowhere near the correctional officers, piled 20 to 30 rounds at these unarmed correction. Why I don't think they care if they know. How did they supposed to know if they unarmed? Like, let's not pretend like we have not seen ICE agents pull their pow-pows on minors. We're wholeheartedly watch videos as ICE agents pulled pow-pows on minors. So I don't understand what's happening. After the suspect fled, the Johnson County Police Sheriff deputy stopped 7 suspects, some wearing body armor and other covered in mud. Okay, some were armed and others had two-way radios. Okay, during their search, investigators also found a flag that read "Resist Fascism, Fight." The flyers that read "Fight ICE terror with class war and free all political prisoners." Listen, Larson said investigators also found Faraday bags, which are designed to block electromagnetic signals such as cell phone data. She said criminals use the bags because they think it prevents law enforcement officers from finding their location. Listen, who said it don't? Just because she said it don't mean it's true. We know these people be lying. Additional searches over the weekend uncovered masks and goggles, tactical gloves, and body armor. A cache of 9 additional weapons. Listen, in Texas, aren't y'all allowed to have weapons? I'm confused what's going on here. They said one person piled somebody. The rest of the people was minding their business. That's what they said. They said they was doing graffiti and stuff. And they found guns. Like guns aren't legal in America. I'm so confused. Okay. Why y'all? Okay, they had masks and goggles and shit. Okay, they could be part of a militia. Don't the Proud Boys have those things too? I'm confused. The incident highlights the danger the law enforcement face on a daily basis, and the charges announced reflect the seriousness of the crime. The investigation was conducted by the Dallas FBI, ICE. Enforcement and Removal Office, Homeland Security, ATF, and Texas Department of Public Service. Yeah. So apparently there was like 2 ICE ambushes in Texas over the weekend. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know. Seems like seems like people got tired of being sick and tired and like decided to stand on some sort of what they consider business. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me look at these comments, see what y'all think. Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. How are you? She said Sharon said we're going into hurricane season and no weather service or FEMA. Oh, are you okay? Well, you on here, so you fine, girl. Thank you so much. Hold on, wait. Y'all already know. Cha-chang, chang. Change the rules. Why I look like my thing is off? Cha-chang, chang. Change the rules. Thank you so much, DC, for your donation. Okay. Why I look like my mic off? Let me check it. Because, sometimes my mic be turning off and I don't even know. Okay, it's on. I be minding my business, running my mouth, and y'all be like, the mic is off, Joe. Anywho, so that's what's happening in Texas. It's kind of crazy. Girl, something. In North Carolina as well? Damn, what area? Damn. I don't know. It just seems very, I don't know. Hey, Rainier, how are you, girl? Right? It's an open carry state. So if they had a cache of guns and goggles and tactical gear, I would think that would be normal for Texas, right? Like they have a lot of militias in Texas and they're cool with it, right? I don't see the problem. I don't know. They said 2 people piled 2. So those 2 people, okay, but like what happened to the rest of them? They were literally, from what it sounded like to me, they were walking around with what do you call it? Walkie-talkies. Because they out here trying to block signals and stuff. I had walkie-talkies when I was a kid. I wasn't trying to be a terrorist. You ain't late, girl. I started early. You are not late. But anyway, let's move on to the third topic of the day. Again, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the channel. Like, follow, and subscribe to the channel. All right. Again, y'all already know all donations are thoroughly appreciated. Okay. All right. So let's click on Newsweek. Do we want to click on Newsweek? So we're getting into Epstein. So apparently there are no Epstein files. Apparently after Regina got into office and Musk insinuated that he was on some sort of files, okay? Apparently we get confirmation from the likes of Pam Bondi and a lot of people who, you know, aren't even qualified to be in their position, saying that there was no master list. Even though we've been hearing about a list for years, and they kind of even they campaigned on the list. They pulled out the list about 3 months ago in front of the White House to give people, pretending like they were giving people copies. I'm so confused because now apparently, according to them, there was never no list. Apparently, according to them, Epstein was out here selling little girls or whatever to nobody. You know, he was running a prostitution ring. He was transporting and, you know, kidnapping and doing all these things with these little girls. And his guest list was imaginary creatures that were not in a book or anything, or any ledgers or anything. It's just imaginary people. Okay. Apparently he was selling these people. He was selling these children to like the fucking bear in the woods or something, because there's nobody on the list. There is no list. Then they put out a video with 1 minute and 2 seconds missing of Epstein's cell, like in front of Epstein's cell, to prove that nobody did it to him. Because American, not the one, not now, but you know, a couple years ago, you know, they fired a lot of people, a lot of these people who about that, you know. But like, so we as Americans don't have any secret agents, don't have anybody who is able to get up and to walk up in somebody's cell, do whatever, and leave in less than a minute, because this ain't America. And that's not what we talk. And we don't spend billions of dollars a year on the military and defense. Find that interesting. But there's no list, you know. I got this little article. We're gonna read it. It's from Newsweek. Okay, it came out when? This morning, 6 a.m. Questions have been raised online about the hours of video footage released by the Department of Justice, meant to prove that Epstein took his own, you know. The video from the hallway outside Epstein's cell on the night he appears to be missing a minute just before midnight, with a digital clock on the screen seen skipping from 11:58.58 to 12 on the dot. That don't sound like some Secret Service James Bond shit to y'all, but I don't know, because this is what they said, and everything they say is true. The footage was released along a 2-side memo from the department that said, after a thorough investigation, FBI investigators concluded that the wealthy financier and convicted offender, who was awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges, passed in his jail cell. That's crazy. Why it matters. Authorities are ruled Epstein's unaliving was a suicide. But conspiracy theories that he would theorizes, my bad, that he was unalive to protect his high profile individuals have persisted. Some believe Epstein's rumored client list would implicate prominent figures in S crimes. Attorney General Pam Bondi has for weeks promised that more documents from the investigation were going to be revealed after a first document dump she had hyped in February failed to deliver any new revelations. Ahead of that release, she said that in a Fox News interview, the Epstein client list was sitting on her desk for review. In a since deleted social media post, Musk said without evidence during his fallout with Orangina last month that the Epstein file has not been released because Trump was featured in there. Oh, the president dismissed the claim, saying he had nothing to do with it. What to know? Those who sought the release of the file have experienced outrage at the DOJ's position, with some highlights the minute that appeared to be missing from the video and demanding an explanation. Several accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers always also pointed out the missing minute. One such account, I'm not saying somebody else's account, describes himself as an internet. Okay. One account with 700,000 followers wrote, "Why is there 1 minute missing from the Epstein security camera footage?" Conservative activists, I'm not saying his name either, also shared a photo of Epstein's cell from the CNN report from January 2022, saying the cell in the video footage does not appear to be the same one. It might not be. It might be a staged. The memo released on Monday, which sought to put an end to expectations that more files would be released, said that the video supports the FBI independent review of the footage, confirming from the time Epstein was locked in his cell at around 10:40 on August 9th, 2019, up until 6:30 a.m. the next morning. Nobody entered any of the tiers in the special unit housing. Now that sounds weird because they're supposed to do rounds at least every hour, 2 hours. Like they're supposed to do rounds. No rounds. That's weird. That's not weird. They do correctional officers. I mean, by they do rounds to make sure nobody is being, attempting to unalive themselves, is being actually assaulted, things like that, to make sure everything is copacetic. At least 1 hour at nighttime, maybe every 2 hours, but like no one passed the cell. That's crazy. That's strange. The memo also said that Epstein did not maintain a client list, and the department would not release any more files related to the trafficking investigation. This systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. The memo said there was also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. We did not uncover evidence that could predicate any investigation against uncharged third parties. The Justice Department had distributed binders marked declassified. I told y'all about that at the White House in February, but it quickly became clear that much of the information had long been in the public domain. This failed to tamp down conspiracy theories around Epstein's case. Bondi then said she had made aware of the existence of thousands of pages of previously undisclosed documents, and that they were being reviewed for release. She said in May that the FBI was reviewing tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porno. The memo also said DOJ and the FBI determined no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. It said that much of the material was placed under a seal by a court to protect victims, and only a fraction of that would be able to be aired publicly had Epstein gone to trial. One of our highest priorities is oh, that's what they said. So let's get to what, I don't care what people are saying. Okay. So that's happening. That's crazy. I don't know. That's what they're saying. They're saying there was no thing. But you know what I know? I know there's people like James Comey, the other FBI directors and CIA directors who were outed when Orangina took office. I know that there are people who know what that list looked like. So it might have been deleted from the server to protect MAGA funding individuals or people who have a lot of money in general, period. But I still believe that there are people in this country who care about this country, who knows who is on that list and what that shit said. They might even have some backup files. Okay? I don't know. That's my personal opinion. Listen, sometimes you gotta commit something, and I wouldn't even be mad at them, honestly and truly, because like if you really think about it, if that was to happen, let's say Comey or somebody, or the old CIA, whoever, right? The real attorney general, you know, the ones from before who were qualified, you know, those people. If they, you know, is espionage if it's intent to save the country from authoritarianism. I'm hot, don't mind me. I don't know if that would be considered espionage. I don't know. I don't know if that would be considered traitorous to the country. If it's for the betterment of the country and not just the people in charge that are trying to hide the shit that they're doing. I don't know. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Right? Am I bugging? Y'all think espionage is espionage if, like, let's say somebody send a shit to anonymous, or when Iran finally cracked them codes and break in or whatever, and they release that information, would that be espionage? I don't know. Would that be a danger to national security, or danger to a couple rich dudes, including one that's in a very high position? I don't know. A danger to a couple of rich dudes being held accountable for their pedophilia does not equate to a danger of the country. I don't know. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow, please subscribe. Don't forget, y'all can always do what? Donate to the channel. Cash App is on the screen, Zelle, Super Chat, all that good stuff. Okay, thank y'all so much. I just dropped the link in case anybody want to come up and tell me their opinions about what is going on. It's a lot of stuff. Do you think that that's what they were sending them, girl? You think that, girl, that they were sending them rich Republican MAGA children, them little girls, to what? Train them in the art of being a MAGA wife? If that's what you think? Where they were learning trad wife things, where the trad wives coming to give them, that's crazy. Does that mean there's going to be a generation of MAGA men with no wives? Wow. Who are the racist governors going to marry? I don't know. Damn. This is so crazy. The world is crazy. Who knows? Let me shut this down. I like to shut things down now, because when I keep too much tabs open, sometimes it be acting up. She said she think they were being groomed. I would have never thought that if you didn't say that. Wow. It's crazy. I hope not. It's such a tragedy. Yeah. Yeah. Over there, yeah. A bunch of people who might live off the grid, who aren't really in contact with their people, their family, whatever. Yeah. Um, please get these likes up, y'all. If y'all like the channel, please, please. What? Girl, I don't know. They saying that he was a S trafficker with no clients. Who knows, girl? Um, Mahogany said there is a list, but they think we're stupid and want to play in our faces. Rump roast is on the list. You think there is one and they lied about it? That's crazy. Like, this is the United States government. What would they get out of doing that? I hope not. Y'all talk about free Maxwell. At first, I didn't know what Maxwell y'all was talking about. Y'all say y'all apologize to Oprah. Oprah wasn't on that list. Okay. Men were on that list. Let's be clear. Even if there is a list, they said they weren't. But like, let's be for real. Let's be for real. We, and I'm gonna say we as women in general, ain't never that stressed for sexual encounters. We don't need that sense of power. We could walk outside right now and tell the first motherfucker we see, you want to fuck, and he coming to fuck. Let's be for real. We don't necessarily need to do weird shit like that. I think it was a lot of men on that list. I think it was mostly men on that list. I think if any women were on the list, they probably got taken advantage of too. I don't think they. Let's run these likes up, people. I really, really appreciate it. If you can't like the video, then donate to the channel. If you refuse to like, you can always donate. Don't sit up in the back doing nothing. Hit the like or dislike. Just do something. Mahogany said they're trying to protect Orangina. That's crazy. Apparently, some people do. Well, no, they don't want to. I think, they're trained up to be. And you got to isolate them. And, that's why certain people, that's why certain of those communities very isolated, very, let them think like this is normal, right? So it was a lot of little girls at this camp. And I don't know what this means for the future of what. I'm trying to remember the term. Gilead? Was it Gilead? Gilead, whatever. The wives. The wives, not the handmaids, the wives. I don't know what it's going to do for the wife count. It's crazy. This whole shit is crazy. It's bananas. It's like something in the universe is like, no. I don't know. I wasn't there. It's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. She said they were trying to blame Oprah. Of course, they're gonna try to blame the rich black woman. Oprah ain't got no business. Oprah don't care about, please, especially a black woman of all things. Like, why? Why? We don't need to, because we know the R word and those things are about, showing power. Systematically, we don't really need that. Again, and even if there was a woman or women on that list, they would be a white woman. And they would probably be torturing little black girls. Let's be for real. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't see it. I don't see Oprah and Gail, and they love to say, "Oh, Beyonce." For what? For what? What do I get out of? Just think about it. Men, I get it. Men watch weird shit. Men do weird, but like, what do I get out of watching you abuse anybody, let alone a child? And I'm a woman. I don't think so. And I'm a black woman on top of that. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. I miss you too, girl. I miss you too. My boo was on vacation, so I was on vacation. Okay. There is wife school. Yeah, they have those too. She says giving handmaiden, they're in wife school. Even after they said, okay, so let me tell y'all about little Miss Annoying. Okay, so did y'all know that 16-year-olds could go to the club in Brazil? Did y'all know that? I kind of knew that, but I forgot that. Okay, did y'all know that? Okay. I think I packed it. I'm not sure, because I did rearrange her luggage. I gotta check the closet. Why my child? And this is what I love about her lazy ass. I tell you all the time, she a little lazy. She was like, because I got her messages, I'm mommy, I gotta have your messages. So she video chat me. So every night she video chats me. Cool. Then we video talking the other day, and the messages are coming in from her group members out there. They getting dressed to go out. They going outside. Okay, it's like 10 o'clock. They going outside. She just, she talking to me, and she like, and I'm like, I know, I see what you're doing. I'm like, y'all going out? What's going on? Be careful if you go out. All this weird shit, because again, you can't stop them, because if you stop them, one, they're gonna do it anyway, and it's gonna be worse. That's what I always say. One of my real, I don't give a fuck about none of this moments when I was a teenager was a party that I wanted to go to. And I did everything to go to this fucking party that my mama asked me. I asked 2 weeks in advance. Like, who the fuck knows about a party 2 weeks in advance? But whatever. I did everything, and then when it was time, she was scared. A lot of parents are scared. I spoke to my cousin about being scared, of letting your kids go. And she didn't let me go to the party. You know what I did? I went to the fucking party. And you couldn't tell me anything else after that, because I did everything I was supposed to do, and you still trying to keep me caged in like some fucking dog. So nonetheless, I said, all right, this girl gonna go to this party. So I checked the morning. She in her where she supposed to stay. Cool. I'm like, all right, she made it back. I seen them texting. I try not to read the text because I don't really care, but just to make sure everything is okay. Cool. Well, I spoke to her yesterday, and I was like, oh, y'all went out? Could they talk about she with a bunch of weird kids from all over the country, and they're talking about we're wearing formal wear. I was like, why the fuck would they wear formal? But in my head, I'm like, you know what, whatever. And she was like, Mom, she was like, no. And then she was like, I didn't go out. She's like, I ain't go out yesterday, I ain't going out today, and I probably won't go out. I was like, oh, you ain't got to lie to me. I was like, look me in the eyes and tell me. He's on video call. Tell me you didn't go out. She was like, Mom, you didn't wasted about $120 in tickets. And this is true. For parties right in my own city that I sleep through. She's like, I ain't go to that party. I'm too lazy to want to get up and get dressed and go to the party. And this is true because I done bought her tickets. Yo, Mom, can I go to this party? And I buy the ticket and the party come up. And I'm like, well, I thought you was going to this party. I don't feel like it. This is how she go. Like, because I say, go ahead, go to the party. She won't go to the party. But if I was to be like, no, you can't go, then she would have been doing everything possible to sneak her little ass to a party. Shout out for not holding your kids too tight. So when they get some freedom, they don't feel like they got to lose their mind. They still going to be lazy. The laziness of my teenager gives me a lot. It is stressful because she's lazy. But her being lazy tells me she would rather sleep than go outside. It tells me that she might not be, I might not but have but so much issues as she get older. She would rather order DoorDash and take a nap. And I'm with it. I appreciate it. Again, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. She said, what? She said, even after they said there was no list a couple of days ago, they said Bill Clinton name on it. At this point, they lied so much. They lied, say, leave me out of this. Yeah, it's Bill Clinton. Oprah. I thought there was no list. What happened? Cut it out. Plus, they can legally drink at 18 there and in Germany. Yeah. But she's too lazy. She's too lazy. And I see, yes, that's the Taurus in her. She just want to eat and sleep. I gotta think. I think I packed like 2 dresses just in case, 2 or 3 dresses. Just, because again, she's a teenager. I try not to, because again, I recognize I'm out. And now you can't tell me nothing. I recognize that. So I packed the little dresses, but like the last 2 nights when I spoke to her, she been in her fucking pajamas. And I've been like, yo, stop playing with me. I'm like, oh, after you get off the phone with me, you video call with me, you gonna go change your clothes. She was like, Ma, have you met me? And I had to think about it. I have met her. And she lazy. And she don't even want to go to a party in New York City where she know how to get home and she knows how to, and I'm like, yeah, she ain't gonna be in other countries clubbing. She said, people ask if I'm going out this weekend. I said, no, I'm staying home. Eat, watch movies, read, relax, and sleep. Yeah, that's what she wanted. That's what she want to do. When I'm not home, that's what she want to do. Watch her phone. She don't really watch me. Watch her phone. She's in and out of sleep all the time. More than the average teenager. I think it's a Scorpio thing. And she always want to cook some crazy shit. And sometimes I wake up and she didn't bake the cake. And I don't know who the fuck she baked a cake for because there's only 2 of us here. And I don't want to eat no goddamn cake. I want a diet. But she'll bake a cake. Or she'll go and make some, I don't know what the fuck. Okay? Like, I don't know. Why would you make that? It sounded okay. That's it. She said, so is my 17-year-old. She's a Sag. That is a thing with them. Yes, sleep. They don't want to go outside. And again, I'm happy because again, I don't really want her having, her first party or club situation to be in another fucking country, right? I kind of wanted that to be here. I could control that, I could control that. A party in New York City, I could control that. I could send my brother go hang out on the corner for a couple of hours and watch the door if need be. You know what I'm saying? But I really didn't want it. But I'm comprehending. Again, she's growing up. She has to be able to feel and I don't want her lying and hiding shit from me. And I don't want her to just say, fuck this shit. I'm gonna do what I want. I don't care what you think. I don't want that. So yeah, that's where we at. So she's having a great time in Brazil. She has a great, host family. The host family is dope as hell. She has a great, host family. They have a great time. 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 they're all enjoying their stay. They went to one school yesterday to speak to the kids. I think I don't know what they're, I don't know. I didn't ask. I don't know what they're doing today, but they're achieving. I'm so excited and happy for her. And yeah. So anyway, I think I'm done. I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna see about, I'm gonna set up my OPS to put out more clips. I didn't realize my clips, I set them clips up so far in advance. I forgot I done ran out of the clips. So I'm gonna try to set up more clips today and tomorrow, so we'll always have the content going. I appreciate all of y'all support. Mahogany said, my son is attending college boot camp to get him college ready. Plus he's excited to be a senior this year. Oh, I'm not ready for her to be a senior. I'll take the 11th. I'll take the 11th. I'm cool with the 11. I got at least 2 more years. My house is clean, y'all. Ain't nobody been here. You know what it's like to have a teenage daughter. I don't know about y'all with sons. And mine thinks she cute. I don't know where she get it from. She thinks she cute. Okay? I don't know where she get it from. What? I ain't gonna tell y'all what she told me yesterday. She so insulted me, but in the best way possible. But she want me to stay the baddest bitch she knows. So I ain't mad at her. Nonetheless, do y'all know what it is to wake up every morning? Y'all know every morning I clean this house. Like every morning. Well, not now. But every morning, normally every morning, I have to clean this desk because she's here at nighttime. The bathroom, the makeup on the counter, the hair shit all over the place, curlers here, flat irons there, every fucking day. Every fucking day. And the last week, y'all, I think I cleaned the bathroom sink twice. I think I had to clean it. I cleaned it today because I went and flat, but I cleaned the bathroom sink twice. Ain't nothing been in here. The house been quiet. Ain't no, like I told y'all, ain't no random. I don't wake up to random cakes in the kitchen or some random, I don't know what the fuck she thought she was making situation going on. I just wake up. It's how I left it. I go to sleep and I wake up and it's the same way. I think the dog even going through it because I don't know where, because I cleaned the whole house the day before she left, plus when the day I took her, I came back and I went this whole shit, everything. Child, how the dog, I don't know, because he used to her mess. Why he found like a piece of paper. I don't know what the fuck he did. He out everything was here. I was in and out. I'm on vacation. I come because I'm like, I still got to take care of my dog, So I'm coming over here. Why I see 3 pieces of paper, like little pieces of paper in the floor. I'm like, I know that shit wasn't there because I done swept, mopped, buff, all this shit. The nigga done went and I don't know where he found it, in some corners and some whatever. He found little 3 pieces of paper. He was like, you forgot these little pieces. He's like, he put them right there for me. He's like, you forgot these. I don't know if he put them there to be like, hey, you forgot these, or if he put it there because he was like, wait, it's too calm right now. I gotta turn up a little. I don't know which one it is, but I'm just taken aback. I was like, I know he did not fuck up my floor. She said I went out the country for spring break. She said, oh, her junior year in high school. Okay. Went to Europe on one of those student trips. She said, I have 2 girls, teen and preteen. Their room and bathroom stress me out. Girl, when I say it stressed my soul, I don't like a mess. We already live tight, right? We live in a New York City apartment. I don't like mess. I'm not like crazy with it. I'm not my mama. I'm not crazy. I don't OD, you know, but like, I don't like a mess. You don't see that hair. You don't see that hair. You know what I'm saying? You don't notice you left food on my desk. Do you not see the fucking fries? You know? I'm not crazy. You just normal shit. Like, how the fuck you don't see the fries? How the fuck you don't recognize when I was young, I put my shit away. I did my shit, put it away. Because I had other people in the house. I don't understand. But that's a story for another day. She said, my niece and nephew over here, and I got them up at 5 a.m. and made them clean up their mess. You got to! You got to, because they gonna lose their mind. She said the dog probably think you kicked her out, so he's not cleaning up. He said the dog think I put her out for not cleaning up. Oh shit, he said he trying to lend a paw. Yo, I don't know where this shit came from, but you know, everything is so clean. And you know, how do you not see the mess? Y'all understand what I'm saying? I came in, I said, what the fuck is that? He was just looking at me. He's like, again, I don't know if he was like, I'm trying to help out. Or he's like, nah, I understand. We got to keep it together or else we going to put us out. Here's my contribution to a clean house. Oh my God. She said, oh, we live in the same life. These kids are crazy. All right. But listen, I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. I still got to go work out, do something. Make sure, you know, I keep myself healthy or whatever. It's supposed to be, it's 94 degrees right now. Oh, I might not go work out. Oh no. Oh no. I can't. Okay, I'm not going to work out, but I still need to get me something to eat probably. It's 93 degrees and it feels like 104. I might work out in the house. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna work out in the house. All right. Yeah, I'm not going outside. Anyway, I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming. I might drop another video later. We'll see what I will get the Opius clips, the clips together to post some more clips because you know those were fun. I enjoyed them. Yes, I appreciate y'all. And as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden. Because there's no other way to live it.